Good morning, friends on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get Instagram up to speed. Here she comes. Come on online now. All right, click and go live there. Click and go live on TikTok. Last night's casting director class didn't give me any huge breakthroughs. And weirdly, I still found it valuable. Good morning. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Thanks for joining me. We're live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on TikTok. So last night, I went to a casting director class. Actually, I didn't go anywhere, thank goodness, because I still have this cold, as you can hear. But so I did a Zoom class with casting director Kim Misha. Kim, industry veteran, a winner of Emmy Awards. She has cast FBI, Blue Bloods, uh, uh, Daredevil, Born Again, Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin. I mean, her resume is enormous, and she's an important player in the industry. So doing a class with her, hugely important. And I was thrilled that I was able to, so that we did one class last night, and we'll do another class next week. These were assigned sides that she had, so she had looked at our profiles on the casting website and chosen scenes for us. And there were no huge revelations in this class. This was a class that had been recommended to me by earlier in the year. And, she's obviously a huge player in the industry, and it wasn't cheap. And I thought, make the investment, make the connection. And there were no huge revelations. Some of these classes are fascinatingly educational. The casting directors really dig deep into the material that you're presenting and analyze what you're doing and can see things that you hadn't seen and possibilities that you hadn't thought of. And it's really interesting. And along the way, give you these gems about how they think about casting, tips that you can apply to your own auditions and self-tapes, and they can be super interesting and useful. This was different. This felt perfunctory, and that's not a criticism. It meant that I had to manage my expectations, but in a way, there was something very honest about it. I hate to say it, but because it sounds cynical, but the companies that do these opportunities where actors pay to meet with casting directors and it's set up as a class, they like to say these are educational opportunities. They are not, it's not pay to play. There's the phrase, pay to play. And so that sets up an expectation that you're really going to learn something from this, that this is a teacher who has something to teach you, and you're going to come out with this with a gem of knowledge that you didn't have going in. And in a way, this class took that away. And it was just like, no, Kim's a casting director, and she has a job to do, which is to provide her clients with the best possible choices of who's available in the industry. And the honesty of doing that in that moment, I really appreciated. It was, I stopped expecting it to be something else. I mean, the critique that she provided was surprisingly minimal. It was matter of fact. And so the realization that I had as I was watching the first few actors go was like, no, this is a go-see. And that's great, because in the end, that's what we want. We want to meet these casting directors. Now, of course, I'm of an age where I remember where you didn't pay for go-sees, and now we do. What are you gonna do? You know, is it ethically wrong? I don't know, maybe, but is it an investment that I wanna make? Yep. Yes, it is. Yes, I want to spend 100 couple $100 to meet with a casting director and present them with my work so that they can then start adding me to their Rolodex and database. And so that when my name comes up, having been submitted by my agent, their brain goes, I know who that is. I've seen them do their work. I've seen their work and I like it. Let's bring them in. That's what I want. In the end, that's what I want. So no resentment at all. I actually appreciated sort of the honesty of what she was doing. Perhaps you've had a similar experience. Let me know what if I'm pushing a button here for you. Uh, Hi, friends. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. We're digging into a casting director class that I went to last night with Kim Misha. And so the format of this class is that we have another one of these in a week, maybe. I think it's next week. So it'll be interesting to see if her assignment of sides changes based on what she saw last night. Another surprising thing for me was that she didn't. I think there were 13 of us in the class, and there were 5 scenes. There were 5 actors who did the same. There were 5 actors who did the exact same scene during the class, and that surprised me. But I thought to myself, because in a way, I won't say what my husband said about his initial reaction to that was, but in a way, I thought, well, that reflects her experience as a casting director. If she's casting a project and they've set the sides, they're seeing different actors do the same side over and over. And I guess in a way, that's the easiest way for her to go, oh, that's what I like about that performance, and that's what I like about that performance. Let's see what else they can do. I just thought it reflected her actual casting experience. Um, so I was able to let go of whether or not I thought that was better or worse than scenes where people bring in their own material. Certainly made the class fast. Excuse me. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, I still have a cold. Um, so then once I had learned that about what this class was going to be and managed my expectations about what this class was going to be, it put into interesting relief something that she had said earlier during the question and answer section of the format. And somebody had asked, what's the important thing? Is that what the wording was? I can't remember what the wording of the original question was, but her answer was the important thing that makes an actor stand out is scene study. And I don't think she meant going to a scene study class. The answer wasn't about being in class. The answer was about she needs to see whether or not you've done your preparation about the scene that you've brought in to do for her. So I found that really interesting after she had said it, because if you hadn't done your preparation for this class last night, it was going to show, because really she was expecting I won't say polished, but a well rehearsed and well prepared audition. That's what she was looking for in this opportunity. And I thought I won't say there were some people who are unprepared. I will say there was at least one person who was underprepared. And because there were people doing the same scene over and over, I think that stood out. Um, Preparation and analysis of the scene becomes of the utmost importance in this in this situation. So that's what I got from the scene study class that I did last night and what I'm here to share with you all. I um, also had a coaching with clients yesterday, so that was super interesting. So let me know what it is that you're working on and what questions you have so that I can pass them along in my next class with this casting director. I just need to rest up and get this cold wrapped because I have an audition to do today. Explain to me how I got an audition notice at 12:20 a.m. I don't know who's working on what schedule, but getting an audition at 12:20 a.m., I was like, "Ooh, somebody's burning the midnight oil." And of course, the audition is due in 36 hours. So, I gotta get on with it. It's an audition for a commercial, so, and it's improvised dialogue, so nothing too arduous. It actually looks quite fun. The good thing about commercials is that it really is an opportunity to do some light comedy, uh, an area in which I feel prepared, ready. That's one of my wheelhouses. So happy to share what I'm learning with you all as it goes. Let me know if you have any questions for Kim Misha so that I can pass them along. Uh, my question to Kim Misha, the veteran casting director last night, was given that we are no longer in the room together, how does she get to know actors well enough so that she feels comfortable bringing them in? Her answer was simple. It's just a question of continually submitting good auditions so that she gets to know me that way through the work. And really, that's what you want, isn't it? For somebody to get to know you through your work. All right, friends, I will be right back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. Remember, wherever you are, whatever you're working on, you got this. Keep going. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, my friends, back here at 8 a.m. Let me know what you're working on.